22-year-old Eric Haynes of Brooklyn Park is charged with second-degree murder. According to the criminal complaint, Haynes had been threatening and harassing the victim for weeks leading up to her death. McKeever was shot and killed during the early morning hours on Tuesday at the Eden Park apartment complex. According to the criminal complaint, two teens had broken into an apartment where McKeever and her boyfriend were staying. The boyfriend jumped out of a second-story window to call 911. When police arrived, they found McKeever lying on the floor with a bullet wound to her lower abdomen. The medical examiner says she died of multiple gunshots.
Rejection. That's why his ass sitting up there looking so goddamn sour. Instead of being somewhere getting that hair retwisted, instead of being somewhere trying to exfoliate that dry ass skin, instead of being somewhere running up on some damn chapstick, this idiot runs around, recruits two minors to do his dirty work to his ex-girlfriend. Men, you're so worried about your daughters being hoes, you're praying to God that they not swinging on the pole. What in the hell are you teaching your sons? Hello everybody, and thank you so much for joining me. This is the butthurt Eric Haynes on my screen, ladies and gentlemen. I'll call him butthurt, well, because this motherfucker is butthurt. He cannot take rejection. He's not the only one. There are a lot of people out here walking this earth who feels like if anybody has the audacity to cut them off, then it's off with their heads. But you know what? This little sorry piece of shit didn't even have the balls to do it himself. You know what he did? He went and got two minor children to do his dirty work. Let's get into it. A Brooklyn man has been charged in the death of his ex-girlfriend, a crime that investigators say was aided by two teenagers. Eric Haynes, 22, he's charged with the second-degree murder for the death of 23-year-old Zariah McKeever at her Brooklyn Park apartment. The two teenagers, their ages are 15 and 17, they were also charged with second-degree murder in juvenile court. According to the criminal complaint, Haynes recruited two teens to go to McKeever's unit at the Eden Park Apartments during the early morning hours of November 8th, with the intention of having them beat up the victim's new boyfriend as he waited outside in his car. Ain't that about a punk ass? You know what's? It's always a coward ass. Want some shit done but too scared to do it theyself. Let's continue. The complainant said that both McKeever and the boyfriend heard a knock on the door. A short time later, the boyfriend heard what sounded like the front door being kicked in. The boyfriend was in the bathroom when he saw the front door broken in. Then he heard his girlfriend arguing with someone in the front room of the apartment. He went to the bathroom window, punched out the screen, and jumped out of the second-story window to find some help. Now, I ain't gonna lie. When I first read that paragraph about the boyfriend, hearing what's going on in the living room, hearing a confrontation between his woman and an unknown male, when I heard or read that he had turned around and jumped out the bathroom window, I felt the kind of way. I did. I gotta be honest. But you know what? It was probably blessed that he did that. Here's why. When the police arrived, they found McKeever lying on the floor and not moving with a bullet wound to her lower abdomen. She was later pronounced dead by the emergency medical personnel. The medical examiner's office said that McKeever died of multiple gunshot wounds. After further investigation, police learned that McKeever had been having problems with her ex-boyfriend. The former couple, they shared a 1-year-old child together. According to the criminal complaint, Haynes had been threatening and harassing the victim for weeks leading up to her death. The harassment, according to the investigators, included threatening phone calls, text, and unannounced visits. The day before her death, the complainant said McKeever told her boyfriend that Haynes had followed her in a car. She told him that she also saw a teenager around his apartment complex that she knew to be friends with Haynes. Investigators obtained video footage that revealed that a car linked to Haynes was at the victim's apartment complex several times in days prior to the shooting. Video evidence also showed the same vehicle at the apartment complex about 40 minutes before the shooting. The video also showed two black males leaving the apartment complex with one of them limping and another one trying to help him flee. Now, police say they soon learned that the limping teen needed medical care because he was accidentally shot. The same car used to flee the area was seen at the hospital where police made arrest. One of the teens involved in the crime was among those arrested. Police also determined the two others involved went to a nearby hotel. In a Miranda statement, Haynes admitted, y'all listen now, he admitted he was mad at Miss McKeever. Y'all hear me? He was mad at her. He was mad over their relationship ending and her new boyfriend. Did you hear what this emotional, sensitive ass nigga said? He was mad about a relationship ending. He was mad that this young lady had went on with her life. Couldn't take rejection. This is the shit I'm talking about. All these emotional ass niggas out here. Just emotions. And the first thing they say, oh, I was raised by my auntie, I was raised by my grandmama, I was raised, I don't know. Yeah, you know what? It motherfucking shows. Let's go. Now, his emotional ass also admitted to buying the gun that one of the teens used and giving the gun to the teen that night. Now, both juveniles arrested also told police that it was Haynes who gave them the gun and directing them what to do. Tiffany Epps is Miss McKeever's older sister, and she says that this was done out of pure jealousy and hate because she found real happiness and was bettering her life for her daughter. Pure jealousy and hate, I absolutely agree. Hey, listen, we are seeing too many times, too many women doing the right thing, getting away out of relationships, okay? A lot of women are getting out, and we've always heard and known that leaving is the most, or one of the most dangerous times in a domestic violence relationship. It is very important to get your ducks in a row. Well, we already know, don't go to New York and get your ass whipped. You see my last video, so it don't matter what kind of paperwork you got going on out there, honey. You get your ass whipped, that person go to jail per the laws, honey. He will be right back out. So I'ma say this. Women, we need to be strapped around this motherfucker. We need to be strapped around this motherfucker. We have to protect ourselves. These emotional ass men ain't doing nothing. They're not protecting us. That was a question a few months ago. Are black women protected? Oh, well, hell, let's look. We don't have to look far. We don't have to dig deep. Ladies, what are we giving the men to protect and admire? And this is outside of this situation. I have no idea how Miss McKeever and her how she treated her boyfriend. God rest her soul. But outside of that specific situation, women, what are we giving the men to respect? A lot of women jumping up, talking crazy, running up in these men's face like they can really whip a man's ass. I said this. We're supposed to be pink, warm, and fuzzy inside. What is this? Women, we got to strap up. That's it. That's all. And start pushing these wigs back. No means no. This is Miss Indy. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you all next time.